Welcome to your daily focus for April the 30th, 2019. My name is Telly. This is Tarot with Telly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I truly do send it right back to you. Let's get to the cards. Let's get to the energy of the day. There were intense weekly readings, that's for sure. Not what I was expecting. I knew it was going to be intense, but I wasn't expecting some of the messages that came out, that's for sure. We have the Sun in Taurus. We have the Moon in Pisces. We have Saturn has just gone retrograde. We are still in full moon energy. We are working towards a new moon. So remember that the full moon energy is all about releasing, letting go, closure, completion, healing. Think about the Wheel of Fortune. How many of you got this one? This was I tell you, for a week of preparing ourselves for a change of seasons. And whether it was in your sun or your moon or your rising, I'm sure you got this card at least once. Talking about the changing of seasons. Now, it's a beautiful omen, especially when it comes into the first spot. I think a couple of you even had the first spot. The first position. Because it's a beautiful omen. It's a beautiful omen about things to come, about things getting easier, lighter, more in control, a better feeling of being grounded, new opportunities, new paths open up to you, new love perhaps, a new direction in your spirituality, family, friends, job, career, your stature in the community, what you do within the community. This is a change of seasons. This is moving towards something better. So something that you have been affirming, something that you have been working towards, something that you have been desiring. So I almost get a sense that there needs to be a patience here with this card, to know that everything will evolve in its own time, and for us to keep doing the work that is necessary. So meeting our obligations, meeting our responsibilities, focusing on the important, the priorities. In detriment, we have the Ten of Wands. Somebody had this one. It's time to sit on that rock and empty that bag of wands and look at them and really understand if there is new growth possibilities or if it's dead wood. So when we look at that, we see that there is some potential for new growth started here. But there's also deadwood that we are carrying with us, that maybe we're not giving up control where we should, or maybe there's a sacrifice or a surrender that needs to be made in our lives. Maybe maybe we just need to put ego aside and stop telling everybody we can do it all when we obviously need some help once in a while. We all do. This is realigning ourselves with our priorities of where we want to go. We want to walk straight and tall. We want to, so we can't have all this weight. So yes, we need to meet our obligations and our responsibilities. And yet, also understand if they give our life purpose, if they're necessary. So it could be somebody leaning on you, and it's time to show them how to stand strong on their own. It could be that you just have too many obligations and responsibilities, and you need to figure out which ones are very important to you and which ones are not. And I get this feeling that the more we try and push forward today, excuse me, the more we try to push forward today into new directions, because we are in full moon energy, the more we're probably going to get a pushback. Because I don't see us stopping here and putting down that sack. I see us just trudging along and trying to do it all and getting frustrated when it's not working out, instead of taking the time and backing it up and looking at what we need to put a completion on, or an ending to, or move away from, or heal from. Sometimes our emotions and our thoughts brings down our energy. Depression set in. Our motivation leaves. So what are we paying attention to? Where is our focus? Four of Wands. This talks about building new futures. This is the marriage or proposal card. So we may be looking towards making new proposals, new commitments, new obligations. So of course we have to get rid of some of the obligations and responsibilities that we have so we can clear the way for the ones that we want to have. This is saying you're going to get this moment of clarity, of understanding in the very near future that you have reached a point. There is a foundation. And it may not look like a lot now, but it's there, and it's sustainable, and it's tangible, and it's real. So don't try and force the energy. Remember that we are still in full moon energy. We don't want to start something new, bring in something new right now. It's a time for releasing, of letting go. But we may fight that today. So keep it in your conscious, absolutely. Know that there are better times right ahead of us. Right ahead of us. Clarity, understanding, but I think new opportunities, new learning experiences, new relationships, those kinds of things are coming into our life, and we're going to be better for it. So it's going to be for our highest good, whatever comes in. But we really need to understand what we need to release. It could be a behavior, it could be a habit. And I think, the new people, the new situations is going to give us that clarity and understanding that we are at a point where we can now feel secure in going forward, building our courage, building our energy. Let's see what our Nature's Whispers has to say for us. Who do we have today? Leap of Faith 22, and what a strong card that is. The 22 energy comes out for us today. It is a 10 energy day, or a 1 energy day, because you want to go 1 plus 0. So the Magician, the godlike presence. So it's definitely a time to back it up a little bit and think about our future endeavors and what we want, and prepare ourselves for that leap of faith. You are about to create something wonderful. You are in a transition period where you need to draw your faith, your intuition, and knowledge, and prepare for a leap. You will not fail. You have a safety net of support in place. You are overcoming your fear, and a beautiful outcome is on the horizon. The leap of faith is the best course of action soon. If you make a mistake, you have the ability to try and try again and learn from what did not work the first time. All signs indicate that you need trust, and you will succeed. You may jump headfirst into the void of the unknown, and even if you eventually fall, For a while you soar. Well, we don't want to fall, even if we soar for a little while. We want that sustainable and long. But it's like the picture of the two mountain peaks and nothing in between. As the person put their foot out into thin air, a part of the bridge appears, and then another foot and a little bit more of the bridge, and having a faith. Or maybe perhaps it's more like being the butterfly and exercising those wings and building them stronger so that you can fly over the mountaintops, so that you can soar. Where's our animals, our wonderful animals? Well, maybe now's the leap of faith in our actions and changing our behaviors and letting go of some things. And just expect it. Be more like the emperor or the empress and just expect your plans to bear fruit, to come into being, to manifest in your life. To believe it and then expect it. Why not? Of course. You're more than deserving. Start changing those thoughts and know where you are going rather than hope. Independence with the cat. Our little cat comes out and says clever, secretive, mysterious, intelligent, independent, nocturnal. Of course, the moon would be in Pisces when the cat comes out. It's your road and yours alone. Others may walk it with you, but no one can walk it for you. If you have chosen cat, this is a strong message that you are to look where in your life you are relying too heavily on another, or perhaps somebody is relying too heavily on you. Cat tells you that you are intelligent and clever enough to walk this path alone. If you've just received a new job or job promotion, you may feel that you are walking unsteadily, but Cat tells you that you are not giving yourself enough credit because you are deserving. You do have the talents. You do have the abilities. You do have the unique personality that will take you to the next step and beyond. With regards to relationships, Cat tells you that you need to look at the balance of the relationship. Have you been letting your partner take the lead and making too many decisions without your input? If so, it's time to rebalance the relationship. So look at your relationships. And there was a lot of that in this week's readings, wasn't it? Of really bringing in a balance within the relationship and understanding where we need growth in our relationships with people and where we need to pull it back a little bit in the relationships we have with people. Cats have always been associated with mystery and the supernatural. It was once believed that cats were demons or spirits, and witches used them as their familiars. They can sometimes be unpredictable and sneaky, and I think they're often. I think it's not sometimes, it's often. You may be interested in the supernatural or the occult. Cat tells you to research, to learn. Cats are also associated with healers and healing, and their calming purrs being used on a vibrational level as healing. Cat may be telling you that you are in need of some healing. You can snuggle with a cat or kitten, but if you aren't fond of the creatures, you can use massage, meditation, or acupuncture. Or you may simply just need a cat nap. Cats are nocturnal, and since many are afraid of darkness, Cat tells you that it is time for you to look within the deep and dark fears that you have suppressed. And yes, it's absolutely a beautiful time, actually, to look into those unacknowledged or repressed parts of our existence. My apologies, pardon me. To look within and to allow some healing, to bring it out, to look at it, to understand that maybe you were only 5 or 7 or 9, and with only that much intelligence and knowledge of the world at that time. And we've made rules for ourselves, ways to survive. That's how we're built. So if we're always told to be quiet, we grow up very shy many times. If we're always told that we aren't smart, we start to believe that we just don't have what it takes to do what we want to do. And sometimes sitting there in the darkness, in the quiet, maybe just a candle glowing to focus on and allow the hurt, the pain, the sorrow, the sadness, the anger, to allow the healing to begin. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.